Welcome to the Beauty of Breathing podcast, where we explore the wonders of optimal breathing. I'm Renata Nehme, a dedicated mom, entrepreneur, and myofunctional therapist committed to embodying the principles I advocate. Having recently undergone a tongue-tie release and palatal expansion, I'm thrilled to guide you through the transformative journey of embracing the beauty of breathing, effortlessly and through your nose. Let us know how much you enjoy the show by leaving us a review. Well, welcome everybody to the Beauty of Breathing podcast. I have a very special guest with us today, my good friend Elijah Desmond. Thank you so much for being with me today.
I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Before we start, I want you to introduce yourself. Tell people who you are, what you do.
Wow. All right. So my name is Elijah Desmond, and I am a proud father of two and husband of one. I'm a dental hygienist. I'm a serial entrepreneur, and I'm not afraid to lose. So I've created a whole lot of things. And celebrity dental DJ. Traveled the world DJing and now back into speaking and love kids, saving kids' lives. And I just love being my authentic self. Thanks for having me.
I mean, seriously, what do you not do is the question. And that's exactly what I want to talk about today. In Brazil, the verb to be has actually two different words. Here you say I am. In Brazil, there's two different words that mean different things within the same verb to be. So follow me. I can say I am hungry and I can say I am Renata, and they mean two different things, right? Because one of them really defines me and the other one says what I am right now. For example, I used to say I am a dental hygienist, but I can say I am a mother. I am a child of God. However, how do we go through life without making what we do define us? In dentistry, especially dentists, they give up so much of their lives for their dream to become a dentist. And I noticed that they have such a hard time getting away from that because they've invested so much. And you are the one person who does so many different things. You're always finding something to challenge yourself. And I truly believe that that's how you grow as a person. That's how you grow as a human. That's how you serve more people. And that's how makes you more prosperous. And you can only overflow into other people's lives if you are prosperous in that way. So what message do you have for business owners out there to not let whatever they're doing right now define who they are? And how do you give them advice to not be afraid to go out of their career to do something else? If they, if dentistry is not in their heart anymore, how do they get out of there? How do they expand?
Absolutely. So first off, I'm going to tell you we're in the best profession ever. I believe that dentistry is by far the best industry to be in. I also want to tell you that if you are a dentist or you are a hygienist or whatever you are, you have the ability to do whatever you want in our industry because you have those credentials. You have the experience. And so now all you have to do is take what you know and apply it other ways. So I have started over 20 businesses, and I've helped people start hundreds of things in dentistry. And what is a thing? Being speakers, being consultants, being authors, giving them the stage and making them an influencer, helping people monetize what they already know. So I guess, I started this group, Trapped in an Op, about 8 years ago. Because I felt trapped in a clinical operatory. And I was not in there long, even though I still hold an active license in Hawaii. I was not in long. When I say I wasn't in long, I worked for somebody for 10 months, and then I started a business, a staffing agency.
Wow.
Was my first business, and in which I successfully sold. A lot of the businesses don't end up like successes, by the way.
Right.
I failed on about 7 businesses miserably. But I started a business right away because I couldn't stay working clinically forever. I just was busting at the seams. Like if you can imagine, you know me well.
Yeah.
Can you imagine me staying in one room all day long? No. How about jumping to 3 different rooms? Can you imagine that?
No. Oh my goodness. And it's crazy because as a hygienist, we know how much time and how difficult it is for us to go through that process in 10 months only. And you said, I can't.
Yeah, I was done. I couldn't do it. I believe that rules are made to be broken. Mm-hmm. I don't like to follow rules. I am not hireable. Mm-hmm. Now, there's some people who are still doing the same thing, and they're their own boss. Mm-hmm. But I just want to tell you that there's so many other things outside those 4 walls, mm-hmm. and you have the ability to do everything. And it's scary at first. Long time ago, I was nervous knocking on doors and handing out business cards. Mm-hmm. I'm zero nervous now. I'm zero.
Because we have nothing to lose.
Right.
One of my mentors says, you mentioned failure. One of my mentors says, there's no such thing as failure. You either win or you learn.
Yes, absolutely. And I believe that the failures are what you learn the most from. I believe in little failures. Yes. I don't believe in big failures. Mm-hmm. I can pick up all of those failures, put them together, and now I'm so far along. At one point before the pandemic, I literally had 14 different income streams, LLCs.
Incredible.
I have 2.
Wow.
Now. And I wrote the book. It was made bestseller called Serial Entrepreneur, From Startup to Success. I did it in 2018. At the time, I think I had 11 or 12 businesses. Now, if I were to write another book, it would be called How Not to Be a Serial Entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. I think it's okay to do multiple things, mm-hmm. but if I were to tell my younger self what to do different, it would be just do less. So it's okay to do 2 or 3 things, but doing so many things is crazy. But the thing that saved me was that I was doing so many things, mm-hmm. because when I had this thing called the pandemic happen, I had multiple income streams coming in. Guess what? Half of them got knocked all the way out, including my biggest income stream, which was Smiles at Sea. Mm-hmm. But because I had multiple forms of income, I was able to survive it. And now I can tell people about it and be vulnerable and authentic and share with people so they can spend time.
That is incredible. One of the things that I have learned going through this, because I have 0 business training, and all of a sudden, this thing fell in my lap. I was a dental hygienist for about 10 years, and then I started myofunctional therapy, which was a calling. I feel so blessed to be able to help people breathe better and sleep better and feel better. And then we started Airway Circle out of the blue because I needed to have that connection with other professionals. We can't do what we do by ourselves. Going into that, I'm gonna ask you, what can you give as advice in terms of networking? Because I don't believe that I would be where I am today if it wasn't for the networking potential and the networking events that I have attended. You were one of the first ones that reached out to me and helped me so much in the beginning when I had no idea what I was doing. I'm still learning every day. But what do you give as advice for those early young entrepreneurs who want to start something else on the side? How important is to be able to sit on the right table?
Yes, absolutely. You have to be in the room, so you have to show up, number one. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people out there that say, I don't have time, I'm doing this and that, and they want change, they want growth, but you don't show up. Mm-hmm. So number one, show up. And show up where dental professionals are that are where you want to be. Show up and meet the people. These people that have did major things, big things, they're still human. They will talk to you. They're happy to talk to you, but you have to be in the same room with them. And ultimately, when you're in the same room, you end up getting invited to the right table. Mm. And I remember introducing you to Glenn.
Yes, that's why I'm here, yes. Because of Elijah. Dr. Glenn Vo invited me to come out last year and again this year to the Dental Podfest. And it's been absolutely incredible. And here we are recording my first live podcast in the Dental Podfest. Yes. So if you are in the dental field and you're not here, you're missing out. That room out there, it is filled with opportunities for you to grow, for you to get out of your shell, for you to improve your business. And they're talking about marketing right now, and I'm so sad that I'm missing, because marketing is one of my biggest streams, and we have the queen of AI walking right by us right here. There's so many changes, and you have to keep up. 100% investing. This is not money that you're spending. Investing into being in the same room is so freaking important. And one extremely important thing about networking is not about where you're going to get from the table.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. So let me speak on that. I'm going to tell you that 2015, 2014, when I was coming out as an entrepreneur, I would give to people, I would network with people thinking I was going to get something back in return. My heart got broke so many times, it's not even funny. So I started giving purely. And when I gave purely, that means that I'm giving and I'm helping and I'm serving. I don't need nothing back.
Yes.
And what's insane is 10 years later, now all of those people that I built relationships that I didn't even ask anything for, I created one thing, and it was dental pitch brokerage.
Wow.
Okay,
yes.
where I'm selling businesses, primarily dental practices, but regular businesses in the dental industry as well. But what's crazy, I didn't realize at the time what I was building and the relationships that I was creating was going to be for something way bigger. And so now I'm literally helping people make many millions and tens and millions of dollars. And I had no idea what that journey, all that giving was going to do. Now I can continue to give and serve people and help them to sell their dental practice, to sell their business. And that all came from giving purely. And I'm still giving.
Yes.
I'm giving them the retirement of their dreams, essentially, or their exit of their dreams.
If there's something that I have learned from you and Glenn, is that if you want to prosper in life, serve, the more people you serve, the more prosperous you're going to be, because it's the main reason why we're here. We are called to serve with whatever we have been, all the experiences that we have been throughout our lives. I do believe that God allows us to learn from those so we can go out and rescue other people and help other people. You know, it's not about us. It's about Him. Yes. So you guys have been the most given, the most kind people I have ever met. There are so many people in the field that they learn something and they immediately feel, I can't share this. I can't share this. I found a gold mine. I can't share this. It's only mine. What happens when you hold on to things?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, when you hold on to things, you don't get the joy of sharing with other people, number one. What you just explained is a scarcity mindset. Mm-hmm. I have an abundance mindset. So there's so many people out there that have had businesses or did things like me. And what I do is that I embrace those people, even if they're a little scared and they're going, and they won't share. I've always shared. I've given the blueprint because there's so much to go around. An abundance mindset is everything. 1 + 1 to me doesn't equal 2, it's 11. And I don't think 1 - 1 = 0. And ultimately, I believe in the power of alignment, the power of joining together. I believe iron sharpens iron. I'll tell you that at the end of the day, there are a majority of people that have a scarcity mindset. I have the polar opposite, and I'm never going to change.
And listen to that. So for those people that are out there, they're barely starting a business, and they're looking at Elijah, and they're looking at Dr. Glenn, and they're saying, there's no way I could ever make millions. There's no way I could ever get out of what I'm doing and be so prosperous in so many levels. And I'm not talking about financially only, but having a successful, strong family. I mean, whenever I see you with your daughters and your wife, my goodness, how many people want to have, family is the base for everything. But different businesses and spiritual growth and all of that. How do you guide people into saying, is this for everybody what you're living right now? Elijah, you were a hygienist for 10 months. Can anybody else achieve this?
Can they achieve it? Yes. Do you want to achieve it? I don't know. My version of success, by the way, is defined not by money, it's by family and by health, as well as financial. And some people are way more heavily weighted in the family piece, or some are in the financial, some are in the health. It's hard to find a balance, and that balance is not always 50-50. There's different seasons for everything. And really for me, it's not, can anybody do what I'm doing? I think it's more like, can you do what you dream of doing? And I think the answer to that is yes. I know the answer to that is yes, but you have to make a change. Most people are not happy. Yeah, they're not happy with their body. They're not happy with their money. They're not happy with their family. But you do have the ability to be. But you have to take the first step to doing it. And I'm not afraid to take those steps.
Incredible. All right, give everybody, as we close today, this has been an incredible talk. And you guys are going to listen more on Beauty of Breathing, a little bit more of business growth and personal growth, and family, raising families instead of just airway stuff. Because I want to add everything that Renata is into this, and I can keep sharing everything that I'm learning throughout my life because I know that all of this can serve other people. So as we close this, you give all these entrepreneurs out there 3 main tips? What can they do today? Simple steps to get to their next level. Of course, very important that if you are here, you're never going to be able, if you're on the first step, for those who are listening, you cannot all of a sudden jump to step number 10. You have to go one at a time so you can get there. But what are 3 main tips that you can give people that they can go ahead and start doing today to grow in all aspects of their lives?
Absolutely. Tip number 1, closed mouths don't get fed. So you have free resources such as Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Be active. So you can have a dream, you can have an inspiration, but if you keep it to yourself, you're ultimately harming yourself. So closed mouths don't get fed. Open your mouth, type on your keyboard, get on podcasts, show up to events, but closed mouths don't get fed. You have to tell people what you have and when you exist, and there's free platforms for that. That's number 1. Number 2, invest in yourself. You have to invest in yourself. I told everybody in the room on stage, I am 371 years wise. Why? I am not afraid to pay for a shortcut. I bend time with money. I bend time. And this is since the beginning of time when I didn't have money. I put that on a credit card. I knew eventually I was going to go get the bag, go get the money, and then I would pay it back. Yeah. But ultimately, you have to invest and stop being afraid of investing in your future. Bend time. That's how I'm 371 years old. That's tip number 2. Tip number 3 is be your authentic self. Be your authentic self. You don't have to fake it for anybody. Your people are going to find you. Your tribe's going to find you. You're going to be doing what you absolutely love, right? And you're going to be ultimately not working anymore because you're doing what you love. You're being true to yourself, your authentic self, and your people are going to find you.
That has been an incredible talk. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you, Elijah, for being here. Yes. And I know that we're going to keep serving people and meeting each other in all of these events that we go to. Let's keep doing it, brother.
All right, let's do it.
Thank you.
All
Bye.
Right. Bye-bye.
Thank you for joining us on another insightful episode of the Beauty of Breathing podcast. Make sure to join the conversation on our Instagram page, Mayo Moves, and continue exploring the fascinating world of airway health with us. Until next time, let's breathe deeper, live fuller, and discover the beauty in each breath. Quick disclaimer, the Beauty of Breathing podcast has been produced for entertainment, educational, and informational purposes only. All of the content, views, and opinions shared by our hosts and guests should not be a substitute for medical advice. Please consult with your healthcare professional for any medical questions.